Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go live. Peace.
Boxing Boys here with Bam Rodriguez out of San Antonio, freshly signed Teiken prospect. You know, you got 3 fights under your belt already. You know, you've had a good run so far. You're still only 17 years old. Give us an update. What you been up to?
Just right now training. Right now I'm kind of on break, but I've been staying active. So when I go back to California, I won't be out of shape. So I'm just staying in shape pretty much.
Okay, last time we talked to you, we talked about the signing. Also, you're with being managed and trained by Robert Garcia over there in California, along with your brother, Josh Franco, that's also with Golden Boy. So, what's that whole experience been like? You know, now that you've 3 fights in and you're a few months into your career as a young man.
It's a good experience. Every fight I'm learning something new. With the fights I'm learning, and in the gym too, I'm learning with Robert, teaching me things every day, and then picking up from my brother and all the champions there at the gym too.
Okay, and you're a southpaw and you're an aggressive guy. You like to come forward and bang, and you're known for putting punishment on people, and that's kind of what Robert Garcia likes to specialize in. We see fighters like Marcos Maidana out of that gym. So how are y'all meshing? How do you think the training's going with you and Robert Garcia?
The relationship is perfect. You know, he likes people that like my style. My style is made for him, so it's perfect.
And you're still going to grow into your weight, and we're seeing a lot of the lighter weight divisions getting a lot of love. Next week we got Superfly card down in California. How exciting is it for you to be a part of that movement where people are now starting to pay a lot more attention to the lighter guys, the exciting guys?
It's better for me because like back then they weren't paying attention, but now they are. So I have something to look forward to.
All right, so I know you're kind of hanging loose. You're here in San Antonio. When are you expected to go back to California and get ready for your next fight?
Maybe sometime this week, maybe like on Wednesday, Thursday, and I'll be back in California.
Okay, and what's that like as a young man? You're 17 years old. A lot of kids your age are still running around, chasing girls, getting in trouble, racing cars, whatever. But you're a dedicated. You've always been just possessed in the gym. You're just, every time I see you, you're just in the boxing gym, and that's what it looks like they're programmed to do. So what's that been like now that you're in a pro and you're already past all that other stuff?
I'm starting to get used to it. Sometimes I'll get homesick and start missing my parents and my family, but other than that, it's always been in me to go to the gym every day. Since I was 10, I've always wanted to be in the gym, so it's nothing that hard. It's just I get homesick sometimes.
And luckily for you, we got your brother and also Hector Tanajara, who goes out there with you. And it's from what I understand, it's like y'all have like dorm rooms by the gym somewhere. So talk to us a little bit about that. Tell us about what it's like being out there and having that almost like a college-like boxing setting.
It's not that bad because I'm with Josh and Hector, so like it feels like I'm here at home sometimes. Me and Josh live together, so it's like we're pretty much at the house, like here in San Antonio.
And also with your promoter, they Teiken, they're huge, and they're the promoter in Japan. And the Japanese fighters, they love their boxing. They have big events. Is there any talks, or would you like to go out there and fight in Japan, where the Japanese fight fans come out and they show love even for the opponents?
Yeah, I was supposed to fight my pro debut over there in Japan, but I don't know what happened. It ended up getting moved to Mexico. But maybe sometime next year I'll be fighting in Japan, hopefully.
All right, lastly, what's that transition been like with between amateur to pro? You did a lot of high level things, and you pretty much reached the top of the amateurs. So what's that transition been like, going to smaller gloves, no headgear, and it's all about hurting now?
Honestly, it was a hard learning experience for me. In my first fight, I was hurt. I got stunned a little bit with the smaller gloves, and it was kind of new to me. So like I didn't know what to expect. So all of that in my pro debut, I learned the hard way.
Well, we've seen fighters go through some adversity in their first fight, like Bernard Hopkins, for example. He got knocked out in his pro debut, you know what I mean? And he came on to be a Hall of Famer. But do you think that's a blessing in disguise, where you got a little bit of taste, where you didn't think you were invincible? How we see some fighters, example Victor Ortiz, who looked like to be the next guy, but then he reached Marcos Maidana and it ruined him. So do you think that's a little bit of a blessing, where you'll have that in the back of your mind and know that you got to have discipline as because your style is so aggressive?
Yeah, I always tell my dad, I'm glad that it happened in my first fight. Then later, like 10 fights from now, I wouldn't know how to react to it. But now I know what it's like. So it is a blessing.
All right, well, good to see you at home, cut loose. You know, you're still in shape, you're still hitting the gym, but thanks again for the time. And where can people find you on social media?
You can follow me on Instagram at Bam Rodriguez 210 and on Twitter at Bam Rodriguez 2 Z's.
Definitely follow him. All right, appreciate it, and we'll see you at the fights.